Thank you, Tim, for your time. And I don't know, Tim is he, as I said in the beginning, he is with the community here for a long time, 25 years. That's how long I spent in the U.S. So I can understand, his take on life and everything. I got pretty Americanized when I was up there.
Yeah.
I even gained weight. You know how it is. As soon as I came down here, I started losing weight. It was just. Yeah.
I started gaining weight when I came here. I used to be thin.
Really?
Yeah.
But it can go either way, because the funny thing is that nowadays the food it seems to me that people are getting fatter. I mean, it's just that maybe they use more different recipes, more Americanized food. I'm not sure, but something is happening. When I used to come in the 2000s, people were so skinny. I felt so fat when I came, and I wasn't a fat person back in the States. I mean, considered a fat person, but I used to come here and I used to feel like fat. Everybody was so skinny, But nowadays, I think we're getting close.
A little close.
So I don't feel that bad, Yeah, it's great food, and every place here that you go is so many different choices of restaurants. Here in the area, we have a very international community for the cuisine, right?
I mean,
I've seen everything here.
Everything from Indian cuisine to Thai, Argentinian,
Spanish, right?
Spanish restaurants. There are a few Mexican restaurants.
Only
Italian restaurants. Pizza.
Right.
Ooh, pizza. You can fight over what your favorite pizza is. So there are a lot of cuisines.
Excellent. Well, if you're not going to die of hunger here, guys.
No.
Okay.
I don't wanna go to another place. If not, come here with me. I'll talk about love. You say you have plans, but I'm not included.
So we're here with Tim, and we're talking about what activities expats do here, that can be done, in this area. Or we have the second biggest city, Guadalajara, which is about 35 miles away from here.
It's not that far.
Something like that. It's about 40 minute top, if you don't get the traffic, of course. It's a really, very close. You're gonna find everything there: movie theaters, bowling alleys, basically everything. Right?
Everything. Even I'm into classical music, so there are now 2 symphonies in Guadalajara. And you can see ballet, you can see opera, you can go to football games, not football American, but
soccer games.
Yeah, and there's so much to do. It's just a huge city with everything, and restaurants.
Right.
Ooh, world-class restaurants. But what's very interesting, I find that a lot of expats don't go there very much. I do because I live there.
Right.
But here, there is so much to do. I don't even participate in all of the activities, but there are 3 theaters where expats that are in English, where expats can act, readers theater or acting or attending, bridge clubs. You can work with pets between spay and neuter and taking care of fostering pets. It's ongoing all the time, and fundraising. For that kind of entity, there are people that play. What is that game called with a like a badminton racket, something ball? I can't remember.
Ping pong?
No, not ping pong. There's also, you can play tennis,
right?
But it's a sport that people play with. I don't play it. Pickleball. So there are 3 groups of pickleball players. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Okay. No. It goes on and walking groups and running groups and hiking groups up into the mountains here.
Hiking groups, right?
Yeah, hiking groups up into the mountains.
Even yoga. I've seen that people do yoga at the Malecon at this boardwalk.
Right. They have that every morning.
Right.
And there are exercise classes because there are several gyms. So there. Almost there's a cooking club, almost churches. If people are in a church, there are are so many churches you don't even know what to do.
Wow.
And
you can even switch, right? Like
yeah, you
every
can
week.
switch around. Every time you get angry, you can just go to a different church. But anyway,
good to know.
but yeah, so the number of activities is
There's a lot.
unbelievable.
Okay.
Yeah,
What about
unbelievable.
nightlife? Are you a fan of like going and have like a little dance, tequila?
I can
sing,
talk about
karaoke.
that. I can
What
talk about that on camera.
Yes. We can edit it, no problem. What about karaoke?
Okay, there are.
I'm sure you go and sing. I mean,
well,
that's
no,
the thing,
I don't
right?
though, because I don't sing that kind of music. But
see,
there are like 3 places that offer karaoke,
right?
Or in English we say karaoke. Karaoke in Espanol. Yeah, karaoke, and there are also and the clubs at night. There are. I can't tell you how many places have live bands, live music, restaurants. You can dance. There are places to party if you're into cocktails.
Right.
So that pretty much runs every night of the week.
Wow.
Yep.
So basically, there's almost everything for as far as entertainment goes. I mean, there's many options. What about as an expat, right? I mean, you have a different situation because you used to live in Guadalajara. You were on your own. But let's say somebody wanted to come to the area and live here or live part time. What kind of resources are there here for as far as going for help? Like say you have a problem, something is going on, you have questions.
Right.
Is there an actual group of expats, if you will, that help the newbies?
There are a couple of suggestions I have. The first one is there's a society called Lake Chapala Society, and it is, you can either join it, which is very inexpensive, or you can just go. It's open to the public. The grounds are beautiful, and they have a lot of activities. There's a restaurant in there. You can meet so many people there. That's where people really meet people in the beginning.
Right.
And they can have coffee, and you can ask them if you have problems. And
they
even the
have
employees,
like
they have classes for Spanish classes even.
Okay, wow.
Or they even offer a class once a month on how to act in a Mexican environment.
Oh, wow.
Even things like, Americans, we put the money down on the counter.
Right.
If you do that in Mexico, that's an insult. You have to hand the money to a Mexican. Right. So even manners like that we don't even think about, the difference in respect from knowing to hand the money to somebody instead of throwing it down. Wow. And how to greet people. And so they have classes on that, which I think is very useful because how do you know what you don't know?
Right, exactly.
And
I mean, you can learn the bad way, but maybe not recommended, right?
But I see people that they don't realize what they're doing is kind of like an insult to this culture. Just like if foreigners that come to the United States, whether they're visiting or on holiday, when they do things that aren't the American way or the Canadian way, people are like, really? Well, they don't know. So, and the people that come here to live or to visit for a long period of time, they don't know either. So this is an opportunity to learn that.
Excellent.
Or ask people that have lived here for a long time.
Wow.
Or like in the Mexican culture, the word no doesn't really exist. Am I right? Like,
you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, are you coming to
nobody says no. It says yes. You just don't know when it's gonna happen or what's gonna happen, right?
Exactly. Or are you coming to the party tonight? Sí. Well, to me, sí, that means no. Sí, ¿a qué hora?
I know.
Ese es otro rollo.
Right.
I mean, that means okay, they have a little bit of interest. They might come.
Right.
Like at midnight, even though the party starts at 7. But but you have to learn all that kind of stuff.
I'm Mexican. I didn't even know those things. I mean, you went far ahead of what I know. I guess when you're a native, you don't realize those things because it's a given.
Right, you don't think about it.
Right, I don't even think about it. And you're right. When I used to be in the States, there were things that I would probably feel normal for me, but it wasn't really cool for the people there. And I kind of learned during the years, like loud music and Like burning tires with your truck. Here it's pretty simple, but pretty normal, I guess. But it is what it is. Okay, so excellent.
Yeah, so there are a lot of activities.
A lot of resources, activities.
The other place, another resource that can be dangerous is a Facebook forum, Facebook group.
Right.
Because, there are wonderful resources, but people hide, like they do in all the groups, they hide behind who they really are. You can say anything. So you just have to take it.
What you put in on
right.
there.
And you also have to be careful about what you ask. I find people ask all the time, oh, my passport's going to expire in a month and I'm going to the States, and is it all right? Well, would you ask your next door neighbor that?
Right.
No, you call an official.
Right.
So you have to know what it's for.
Right.
Or
maybe
call the
to
airline.
get just like an idea or see different opinions, but at the end you need to look for the professionals.
But it's a great way, even when I'm going to, if I need some construction done, I go, hey, I want somebody with experience, please, that they specifically did
recommend somebody, right?
They painted metal before.
Right.
And then
people actually help you. They
I've
share resources.
Wonderful recommendations.
Wow, okay. Well, good to know. And are there a lot of groups that you're aware of?
Yeah, there are like 3 or 4, and there are even more specialized groups. So altogether, there are probably, I bet, 40 or 50 Facebook groups.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's also a local newspaper in English, the Guadalajara Reporter.
Right.
And of course, if you want to try to read Spanish, you can read, there's a local Spanish newspaper also.
Right.
That gives you a lot of information.
That's the good thing, right? Like, you can choose, you can come here and try to learn the language and try to learn more traditional stuff about where you live, or you can just kind of like just stay with everything as far as the language and everything, and stay inside that atmosphere where everybody is from where you're from or speak English.
And I do know a lot of expats that don't even know how to say no in Spanish.
I think Tim is going to the stream. Right?
I forgot, it's the same word.
Right?
But no. But that's okay if that's what they want.
Exactly right.
That's the whole thing, is the community here is very accepting of that. Very accepting.